Let's take a quick look at some really great sales going on this week. The first ones I recommend are coming from Humble Bundle. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge shows how to do a classic upgrade right. Not only does it honor the Konami games it emulates, but it also pays a lot of homage to the 80s and 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons that spawned them. The game features a graphical update that perfectly captures the look of the cartoon series at its best, while also bringing back much of the original's voice cast for the extra nostalgia. You'll battle multiple stages trying to stop Krang from regaining his body, and of course saving Lady Liberty along the way, because that was a thing in Konami need Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. It's a fun game and I had an absolute blast. It's usually on sale for $25, but Humble this week it's $16.24. Well, worth it. Then we have the Disney Afternoon Collection. For $5, you get DuckTales and Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers, two of the best NES licensed games. But there's more. You also get Darkwing Duck, which is a pretty decent game, Tailspin, which is okay, and then the very rare sequels of DuckTales 2 and Rescue Rangers 2. These games on the actual NES will cost you several $100s. So this is a fantastic deal and definitely worth picking up. But if you only have a couple dollars to spend, I recommend Psychonauts. Now, I'll admit that this game is a bit overhyped, but it's not bad. The controls could be tighter and the hit detection could be better, but it still makes up for it with some incredible style and a unique premise. You play as Raz, a psychic who crashes a psychic summer camp. Things go sideways when the campers' brains start disappearing, and Raz must venture into a nearby mental institution to uncover the culprit. Each level is a deep dive into a person's mind, shaped by their unique trauma. For example, one level has a paranoid character, so their stage is filled with secret agents. Another stage features a critical personality, so their mind resembles a theater plagued by an obnoxious heckler. Well, it's not my top recommendation. For $2, it's definitely worth a try. That said, if you are looking for a perfect old school game, I'd recommend both the Mega Man Legacy Collection and the Mega Man X Collection. Now, the Mega Man Legacy Collection is regularly priced, but it's a great deal at $6 nonetheless. It's $1 per game and it includes all 6 NES Mega Man games. Timeless classics that still hold up today. Well, the first game does have a few issues, the rest of the series more than makes up for it. If you're a fan of retro platformers, I highly recommend grabbing this one while it's on sale. And then, of course, the Mega Man X Collection for $2 more. You can pick up what's basically a collection of the best Mega Man games. The original Mega Man X remains one of my favorite games from Capcom, with X2 being a strong follow-up. X3 is certainly not the greatest the series ever produced, but it's still playable. And X4 is tied with the original Mega Man X as the best game in the series. This is a must-have for fans of classic video games. If you've never played Mega Man X, definitely pick up this collection. Moving on to GOG, we do have the Hyperdimensional Neptunia series on sale. They're about $5.99 each for the Rebirth series. And just for the record, these games aren't necessarily what I would call great JRPGs. If you're looking for a game to both laugh with and laugh at, I do recommend these games, though, as they do have some really good, hard-hitting satire of the video game industry next to their cheesecake and somewhat mediocre gameplay. Still, like I said, as much as I found myself laughing out loud playing these, I do have to recommend them. And for $5 each, they're worth giving a try. If you only want to try one, I recommend Rebirth 3. Anyways, when it comes to this series, though, never pay more than $15 for a Neptunia game. Finally, moving on to Epic Games, we do have a good free game available. The Castlevania Anniversary Collection is free on Epic this week. If you've never tried this game series before, now's a good time to pick it up. Pick it up on Epic, give it a try. then put it on your wish list on Steam. If you were owning anything but an Xbox controller, it doesn't seem to be wanting to work with Epic Games because Epic Games doesn't have the controller support Steam does. But still, going through what you're getting for free, you get the original Castlevania, really great game. You get Simon's Quest, a flawed game that tried to do more than what the NES was really capable of when it came to open world games. It gets an A for effort, kind of a C for overall execution, though. Castlevania 3, which is a really great game. Super Castlevania 4, one of the best of the old school Castlevania games. Castlevania Bloodlines, which is really great. Two Game Boy Castlevania games, which are kind of meh. And then the never before released Kid Dracula game, which is really great. And all this is free this week, so I do recommend picking this up before November 21st. Anyways, that's my game of sales recommendation, guys. If you have any, please leave them down below.